Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. So today's video is going to be all about luxury cord bracelets, more specifically the two that are already on my wrist right here waiting to be talked about. So the one with the red cord is the Bvlgari Serpenti Forever bracelet, and the one right next to it is the Cartier Trinity bracelet on a cord. This video will be more focused on the Bvlgari bracelet because a while back I already filmed a dedicated video on the Cartier Trinity bracelet, but I'm also going to share some comparison aspects, differences and similarities I guess, and also to give you an idea of, in case you're currently looking at adding the Cartier bracelet, whether the Bvlgari bracelet is an adequate and a little more affordable option or alternative to go for. And I've been asked to film a dedicated video on the Bvlgari bracelet a couple of months ago, but I promise there is a reason why it took me a little longer than expected to actually film this video, which I'm gonna get to in a couple of minutes. But yeah, before I ramble on any further, let's get into the comparison and review video. By the way, in case you're new here, hi, I'm so glad to have you here. My name is Lesley and I film videos all about luxury, in particular handbags, but also jewelry, some fashion content, shopping vlogs and also travel vlogs thrown into the mix. So if that sounds like a thing, I would love for you to consider subscribing. And talking about vlogs, one of the reasons why it took me so long to film this video about the Bvlgari bracelet is because I had to go into the boutique to have them sort something out. And while the SA did her thing, I took a look at some bags. So I'm also going to insert some vlog snippets here and there throughout this video. Anyway, enough rambling, let's get into the basics of the Serpenti Forever bracelet. So of course, Bvlgari is known for their high jewelry and fine jewelry in general. This is full costume jewelry. So you have the cord bracelet, obviously. It's not silk, but it's kind of a silky, satiny fabric material, just to let you know, not silk. The Cartier bracelet isn't silk either. And when you look at the snake head, I'm gonna insert close-up footage, but yeah, the snake head is just basic metal basically, and the white and black stuff right here is kind of a resin or something like that. So no precious metals or stones or anything involved, which of course also is reflected in the price tag. So the current price of the Bvlgari bracelet is 260 euros, which is a lot of money. But on the other hand, when you're looking at the Cartier bracelet, we're looking at, I want to say the current price is 680. I mean, that's quite a significant difference, but we'll get more into the comparison later throughout this video. And with it being a cord bracelet, it also means that on the back side here you have these two knots, and that's actually also how you adjust the size of the bracelet. So you just push the knots, wait a second, there we go. So you just slide the knots around to make the bracelet tighter or looser, and the knots are also the reason why I actually had to go into the boutique, because again, I'm gonna insert footage. One of the knots kind of came loose on me, and I mean, if one of these knots would come loose, you would essentially lose the bracelet basically, because the cord is looped through the snake head on either side, and if this was to come loose, you would basically lose the bracelet if you don't pay attention to it. So I didn't want that to happen, so I went into the boutique, and there were some interesting things that I learned while I was there. So number one, again, one of the main plus points I guess of the Cartier bracelet is you can go into the boutique as many times as you want and have them exchange the cord. With the Bvlgari one, on the other hand, you basically choose the color that you want to go for. They have a variety of colors when you purchase the bracelet. I think dark green, obviously, because it's their signature color, black, red. I think a light pink, similar to this color. So you decide on one color, and that's what you're stuck with basically, because they don't offer exchanges and stuff, which I didn't expect them to or anything like that. It's just one thing to keep in mind, and a significant difference to the Cartier bracelet. So I went into the boutique and asked them to tie the knot a little tighter, and I also asked them to resize the cord, because I always thought my wrists are kind of wide, but with this one, even on the tightest setting, it could be a little tighter on me actually. So I asked them if they could just chop off 1 centimeter of the cord so that I have a little more wiggle room when it comes to tightening the cord. And she was like, yeah, well, actually we're using the exact same cord that is on your bracelet. We're just gonna retie the knot, which is what I came in for. And we could like shorten the cord, but then it would end up fraying basically. So if you see right here, the cord is basically closed off by kind of a glued together thing, or like burned together. I mean, Cartier actually burns the end of the cord so it doesn't fray. And I've seen it done in Cartier multiple times, so I was just like, okay, looks like the same material. They can just like chop off 1 centimeter of the cord and then like burn the end of the cord, and that should be it. But she was like, sorry, we can't do that. So I'm stuck with the same length, which is fine, but yeah, just something to keep in mind. And also, I guess, check the measurements on the website. Obviously, if you have the chance to go into the Bvlgari boutique to try on the bracelet, do that. But I appreciate that Bvlgari boutiques aren't like as widely spread as Louis Vuitton, for example. But yeah, check the measurements on the website and check if the length or like the circumference of the bracelet would work for you, because apparently it's not that easy to make the cord shorter than what it comes as. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, it was super easy. I mean, it took like 5 minutes for her to retie the cord. By the way, as I mentioned, this is the exact same cord that is the one that the bracelet came with when I purchased it, which is also something to keep in mind, because the Serpenti Forever bracelet also comes in lighter colors. And over time, I mean, it's fabric, and there is a chance that the cord might get dirty or like discolored and stuff. And given that they don't exchange the cord, you're basically stuck with a cord that over time might end up looking a little worn. But yeah, you're basically stuck with this cord is what I'm saying. So yeah, take care of the cord, because it's not that easy to have it exchanged. So let's quickly talk about the wear and tear that I've experienced, apart from the cord, obviously. But yeah, retying the knot is super easy. If I would have known that they don't like give me a new red cord or something like that, it's super easy to retie this knot again at home. But yeah, apart from the knot and maybe like discoloration, which I'm not experiencing yet, but I mean, the red is kind of a dark color, might look different if I would have gone for a light green or a light like pink color. There's basically no wear and tear. As for the snake head, I don't see any scratches. And I mean, it's not like a bracelet that I'm wearing every day. I'd say like on average, maybe once a week or so, but I'm not particularly precious about it. I don't shower with it, which is a common question also when it comes to my VCA bracelet and yeah, basically any kind of jewelry. I don't shower with jewelry. It's when it comes to the VCA, it's a matter of I don't want the mother of pearl to shrink or anything like that. But in general, I don't sleep with jewelry, I don't shower with jewelry, I don't go into the ocean with jewelry. Not that I'm going into the ocean on a regular basis anyway, but you get what I'm saying. I'm just personal preference, I guess. You can definitely get the Cartier bracelet wet, because another difference, which is also reflected in the price tag. Obviously, with the Cartier bracelet, these 3 rings right here are gold. So you have rose gold, white gold and yellow gold. I don't know how the snakehead on the Bvlgari one would react to water or like salt water even. I mean, it's not that much of a hassle to take it off. I mean, it does require some getting used to in terms of like adjusting the knot, especially because as it's on one of your wrists, you only have like one hand to tighten it and yeah, resize it basically, but you get the gist of it pretty quickly, and then it's no big deal to take the bracelet off. So peace of mind wise, or like just to be on the safe side, I'd say just take it off. But as I mentioned, I can't comment on what would happen if you were to get this bracelet in contact with water on a regular basis, just to let you know. But yeah, in terms of wear and tear, as I said, 0 scratches. Yeah, looks as good as new basically. Alright, so I guess I covered everything that I wanted to touch base on in this video. If I missed out on any like details that you were interested in, definitely shoot me your questions in the comment section below, and I'm gonna get back to you and like provide additional info if I'm able to. When it comes to comparing the two, or like my recommendation, I guess, in terms of which one to go for, you can't really compare them. I mean, the Bvlgari one is definitely a little more in your face, apart from the color, obviously. I mean, if the Cartier one was on a red cord as well, you would still say that the Bvlgari bracelet is a little more in your face, because the snakehead obviously is a lot wider also, and yeah, a lot chunkier than the 3 tiny little rings that are on the Cartier bracelet. Also, I want to say, but that might be just me imagining stuff, I think the cord on the Bvlgari bracelet is a little thicker, or like a little puffier, but I might just be seeing things. Maybe they're like the same thickness, but yeah, as you might be able to see, given that the snakehead is wider than the 3 rings on the Trinity bracelet, also the cord spans a little wider until the 2 cords meet in the knot right here. So it's a little chunkier, still like pretty tiny compared to, I don't know, like a click H bracelet, for example. But I mean, something to keep in mind, and I've experienced at least that the Cartier bracelet definitely pairs a lot better with basically any outfit, of course, depending on the color that I currently have in terms of the cord. But yeah, I mean, there's quite a significant price difference, which you should be taking into account. But I'd say if you want the Cartier Trinity bracelet, my best guess would be that you will still want the Cartier bracelet even after you purchase the Bvlgari one as like a replacement or like cheaper alternative, because as I mentioned, they are a completely different vibe. And I mean, I'm glad I have both, but if you like made me choose, I'd go for the Cartier bracelet. The versatility aspect is amazing. Every time I get a new color on the cord, it feels like a new bracelet. Plus, I mean, at least for now, the exchange of the cord is complimentary, which is amazing, and they can do it on the spot. It takes like a couple of minutes and you're good to go. So, I mean, I don't know, I'm rambling. I love both bracelets. I hope I was able to give you an accurate idea of what to expect and like the main differences. I really hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you own either or both of the bracelets. Which one would you go for if you don't have either of those? And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Definitely give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing. I upload every Wednesday and I would love to have you back. Bye.